First things first, if you're familiar with this introduction, feel free to skip ahead until the trigger warning for our racist, hate-filled image of the day appears on screen. Otherwise, let me tell you. In each of these videos, I give away a t-shirt from my website, UnionOfTruth.org. That t-shirt goes to whichever comment in the comment section scores the highest on my double-secret proprietary rating scale, and they'll get to pick whichever design they want from the website. Mind you, I give away a t-shirt if the video gets at least 5,000 views and 50 unique comments by the time I start making my next video. I intend to make these videos 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Official rules are posted just below the like and subscribe buttons. Now, unless you're already fully aware of the following 9 facts, or you have a completely open mind and seek to expand your worldview, these videos might not be for you. Fact number 1. All of our society's root-level structural institutions are controlled by psychopathic parasites who intend to utterly subjugate us. And that's putting it mildly. Fact number 2. No one is coming to save us from them. If we don't take matters into our own hands, we will be utterly subjugated. Fact number 3. We are quickly running out of time to prevent such an outcome. Fact number 4. In order to prevent our subjugation, we need a viable plan of action. Fact number 5. There is no quick fix. A viable plan will need to be very detailed and will require that people must go outside of their comfort zone in order to comprehend it. Fact number 6. As an aspect of its viability, the plan must not require that everyone fully comprehends it in order to follow it. Fact number 7. Since the plan must not require that everyone fully comprehends it in order to follow it, leaders will be needed to properly inform and correctly guide fellow citizens who won't put forth the effort to fully comprehend the plan. Fact number 8. Leaders will need to fully comprehend the plan. Fact number 9. Exemplary leaders are committed to empowering those whom they lead. Exemplary leaders lead by example. And for those of you who are still with me, here's a 10th fact. This book contains a viable plan. The purpose of these videos is to disseminate the information provided in this book and to start an ongoing dialogue about all things related to the plan. You can download a free copy of this book in PDF format from UnionOfTruth.org without signing up for anything or filling anything out. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping you'll take me up on my simple 10-page challenge. It works like this. Read the first 10 pages of the book and fully investigate all the links that are offered in order to discover the following. 1. Am I functioning from a valid conceptual foundation? 2. Have I done enough legitimate research to qualify as someone whose opinion is worthy of consideration? 3. Does the book actually provide a viable and fully detailed plan to thwart the science of fiction? Quite simple, and certainly not too much to ask of any red-blooded American patriot. One last thing. Those of you who are wondering, who is this guy? Should be sure to check out my video entitled, Who is this guy? Please, let us know exactly what you found most hateful and oppressive about that base image. Your feedback is vital to our ongoing mission of greater understanding. All right, in this episode, we're going to go through the second part of the section called Law Enforcement. pages 45 through 48. Let's do this. Now take some time to logically investigate the following scenario. A group of people are demanding that you join them in breaking a law. In order for you to act lawfully, by not breaking the law, should some of the people in that group first have to grant you permission to not break the law? Can the claim that you would need their permission to not break the law have a logical basis? And would such a completely absurd claim not somehow appear even more absurd if you discovered the following facts? 1. Said group was comprised mainly of people who became members because they each spent vast amount of time and money trying to convince you that they, more than anyone else, were committed to upholding the law. 2. The rest of the group became members only because the existing members decided to let them in based upon the claims that A. Such people have a superior understanding of the law. B. Their expertise would be used for the purpose of making sure that the group was, in fact, always upholding the law. Just disregard Dred Scott vs. Sanford, Buck vs. Bell, Korematsu vs. U.S., etc. 3. Prior to being made a member of the group, each of the people willingly took a sworn oath to uphold the law. Is it apparent to you that known words and phrases fail to express the depth and breadth of certain affronts to reason? Or do you feel as though an organized media campaign that positively presents the group's constant, uncorroborated claims should prompt a yes answer to the following questions? Do they have the legitimate authority to do and/or make you do whatever they decide among themselves? Is such flag-waving sophistry a valid substitute for simple logic and the personal and state sovereignty that the Declaration of Independence and the state ratifying resolutions clearly recognized and reserved? Can the Declaration of Independence ever be lawfully altered in a manner that would invalidate the following lines? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. If you answered yes to any of those questions, an exciting future might await you as the U.S. Attorney General, or in Congress, or in the NSA, the CIA, or the FBI, or even as president. But just so there can be no mistaking the severity of the situation that everyone else is in, I'm going to reword something of great importance that I already mentioned on page 5 of this book. Your entire life experience and the future of your nation are dependent upon the outcome of a nearly completed battle. The battle is between those who agree with the previous quote and those whose actions are based upon the idea that every aspect of everyone's life, but theirs and their family and friends, must be regulated by an incredibly small unit of power whose actions and dictates are not to be questioned or reviewed by anyone outside of that small unit, which happens to be comprised of them, their family, and their friends. It's a fact that such a battle was already fought and won. Remember the guys who declared their beliefs by signing the document known as the Declaration of Independence? They then formulated them into a framework of governance known as the Constitution, Bill of Rights. So how can the actions of those who are working from within your government to undermine the concepts outlined in those essential documents, after taking an oath of office that lawfully binds them to defend those documents, not be publicly seen as acts of sedition, insurrection, and rebellion. By the way, have you read Section 3 of the 14th Amendment? The simple, correct answer is this: those whose actions are based upon the idea that every aspect of everyone's life, but theirs and their families and friends, must be regulated by an incredibly small unit of power, whose actions and dictates are not to be questioned or reviewed by anyone outside of that small unit, which happens to be comprised of them, their family, and their friends, have already maneuvered their way into all of the positions of power that get to direct the manner in which everything is officially portrayed to the public. By the way, have you ever pondered the following facts? At the time of the writing and signing of your nation's founding documents, many of the colonists were living under the actual threat and fairly regular occurrence of terrorist acts by the indigenous people of North America. Yet, the founding documents of your nation do not make exceptions for those empowered to eliminate the God-given, unalienable rights of the people by way of assertions that such actions are being taken as a precaution to protect them from potential threats. And does the following line from the Declaration of Independence ring a bell? And to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. Yes, it declares that each man is sovereign. When is the last time you heard of a king relinquishing his rights because of a potential threat? There is danger from all men. The only maxim of a free government ought to be to trust no man living with power to endanger the public liberty. John Adams, Notes for an Oration at Braintree, Spring 1772. Dictionary time. De facto, incomparable, homeostasis, duplicity, diametric, estimable, delegated, supersede, rescind, exponential, corroborate, ideology, ramification, indigenous, assertion, cartel, tender, usurpation, legalese, pernicious. I hear you. Screw the dictionary. Screw all of this non-gratifying, paranoia-based law and logic mumbo-jumbo. I hear it loud and clear. It's the echo of that which we have instructed you to think. 1. A video that shows a woman who is simply holding a sign in protest getting shot twice with rubber bullets by police. The video then shows the police laughing about it and making fun of other protesters. 2. A video that shows undercover police officers getting caught for dressing up as protesters and trying to cause problems. 3. A video that proves that the men arrested in the above video were police officers. The police actually admit that the guys were police officers. 4. An article with ABC News Video, Channel 7 New York City, entitled, "New Jersey Cops Indicted After Video They Hid Reveals They Beat Innocent Man and Filed False Charges." After reading the article and watching the video, be sure to investigate all of the information that is offered in the sidebars of the landing page. Five, a must-read article from the New York Times that tells you about what happened when police officers from Rialto, California, started wearing video cameras as part of their uniform. 6. A must-read report by the Cato Institute entitled "Overkill: The Rise of Paramilitary Police Raids in America." 7. An article from the ACLU blog of rights entitled 10-Hour SWAT Raid of Organic Farm? Just another day in the war on drugs. 8. An eye-opening article entitled The Absurdly Dangerous Militarization of America's Police. 9. A few must-read articles highlighting the pathetic state of affairs that have been allowed to happen in your country. Ten, a must-read report by the Justice Policy Institute entitled Rethinking the Blues: How We Police in the U.S. and at What Cost. That's it for today. Let's meet back here tomorrow, and we'll go over the section called Your Rights. Till then, take good care of yourself and remember, objectivity, logic, fidelity, because absurdity knows no bounds.